Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Dennis here with Jelsons.com, and in today's edition of Mailbox Monday, we are going over a piece that I received here in the mail recently, and just want to share a couple of things with this piece, some things that I like, some things that I don't like, and then just the overall concept of how you can apply this in your business. So this here is a letter mailing, right? It came in an envelope to my address here, and as you can see, the company, they used a handwritten font, and this was definitely, it was ink jetted on here. So it's, they made it, this is something that can be used to mimic a handwritten letter. So they have different fonts out there that are available to help you increase the open rate. One thing that I do like about this mailing is the use of a live stamp. So a lot of companies, they may not use a stamp, they'll use what's called an indicia, and it's basically printed postage, basically. All right, but this here, again, to try to increase the open rate, they use a live stamp as well as the handwritten font. One thing here, they do have this here is what we call a sequence number. So they sent this out. So in this mailing, I'm number 3,851 on that mailing list. And this is usually used on the production side when you have to do a blind match, or if you have to match what's printed on the outside of the envelope with some information that may be printed on the inside of the envelope. So if there's a letter inside that's addressed to Dennis Boyd Jr., then you want to make sure that the envelope that's receiving that letter has the same name as well. So that's how that is used. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got here. So we've got an invitation, and it's printed in color here, which I really like. But the one thing that I think they may have missed the mark a little bit here on their audience is that this is for hearing aids. Now, I mean, I may be off a little bit here, but I'm only 35, and I don't think that I'm losing my hearing. I could definitely maybe get some value out of attending this event, but I don't believe this is, I don't believe I'm the intended audience for this mail piece. So for me, and for this company in particular, for this piece, I don't believe I'm their target audience, so they kind of wasted some money here on sending this to me. However, you know, this is definitely something that would benefit someone in that demographic. One thing that I do like on here though is that they do have an offer here, right? So they do have an offer on their hearing aids. And one thing that I do like about this is the use of their campaign URL, right? myhearingoffer.com. And like I talk about all the time, having a 3-word domain, somewhere that you can send traffic to collect additional information, to send them more relevant offers. Now they did also have a unique pin code here on the back of this URL that's unique to me as the recipient, which will give them even more information as to, you know, what parts of this mailing are actually giving them a good return. Maybe they should send more to certain areas than they do others based on the people who respond to the mailing. So this is really cool. Piece that I got in the mail. Like I said, there are some things that they could do to improve. I do like the creative. I think it's a really cool, great design. One thing that I would definitely work on is just the audience. So if we're looking at those 3 different pieces, number 1, the offer, number 2, the audience, and number 3, the creative. So overall, I think the creative's pretty good. I like their outbound mail piece. They don't use the name of the company here to increase the open rate. They use a live stamp to increase the open rate. They use a handwritten font to increase the open rate. So that's a good job on my part. Not on my part. That's a thumbs up for me. Then they have their flyer here with the invitation to come to the hearing health event. Overall, this creative, I do like this creative, so thumbs up. The offer, all right, they've got an offer here, so a free online hearing test, and then you can also earn another surprise gift, which is cool. as well as the $800 off of a set of their advanced digital hearing technology. Now, I'm not sure how much it costs, but I'm assuming it costs a pretty penny. If it's giving you $800 off, hopefully that's at least 20% off of what it costs or more. And let's see here. Yeah, that's it. Now, I mean, one thing that I would do, oh, and I also like the use of the campaign URL in addition to the actual personalized ID number, personalized code that's to me as the recipient. A couple of things that I would do to actually improve this mailing. Number one is that if you are going to use a handwritten font and you are going to inkjet it, see if you can use a blue ink, right? See if you can use blue ink. If people are used to seeing black, if you can use blue, that might help you a little bit more with your response rate and increasing that for you. And I would also say, well, that's pretty much it. That you can't really do too much more with the envelope. You did everything else they're doing is pretty good. I'll probably make this a little bit smaller, a little less inconspicuous, because it just kind of looks kind of weird off to the side being there. So I would either reduce the size of that and move it somewhere else, or since this doesn't, well, I guess, oh, so here we go. This is why they had to put this here, because this flyer is unique to me because of the code that was on the back. So if this sequence number wasn't on this envelope, when the production team went to take this flyer and insert it into this envelope, they wouldn't know who this person was. But this sequence number connects me to this ID code that's on the back of this piece. So that's why they have this there. So I would just put this somewhere else, make it a little bit smaller so it's not as, it just looks like it's just too big. Yeah, and then on this side, one thing that I would do, I mean, if you're going to be personalizing it, make some more things personalized. Like if you're already going to put the code on here that's going to make it unique to the individual, why not make it unique to the location, like wherever this person lives closest to, like whichever these like if I live closer to one of these locations, just highlight that particular location. That's one thing that I would do. On this side, I would put my name. You know, if you already got these sequence numbers I stated earlier, put my name on here. Dennis, you're invited, please join us. And you know, that might help you increase your rates as well. And just using that person's name within the piece, since you're already making it personalized and you're already doing some tracking on that, right? A little more advanced tracking. I would just say, if you're going to do that anyway, add a couple more elements to it. Make it a little bit more personalized, a little bit more personal to the individual that's receiving it. And that could potentially help you increase your response rate and overall your return of this mailing. So that is it for today's video. We'll see you guys next time and next week on Mailbox Monday. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time.